My heart is in.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Boxing Way. I'm going to do a quick spoiler-free review. Spoiler-free, okay? There's going to be no spoilers in this. I'm not going to tell the whole movie. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick review of the film Southpaw. Saw it late last night. Thought it was very good, very entertaining film. Very dramatic, very intense film, okay? If you have seen the trailer, you pretty much know what's going to go on, what's going to go down in the film, okay? Basically, the plot is same. It's not really completely original. We've seen this before in real life with not just boxers, but just athletes and entertainers and celebrities in general. You know, guys, boxer, you know, who is at the top of his game, on top of the world. Everything seems to be going good. Something very tragic happens in a film. If you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know what happens. The boxer is surrounded by a blood-sucking promoter. He has some wrong people in his circle. He's bad with finances. And you pretty much know where that leads to, okay? All right? Now, the film. I thought the acting was good, okay? Not a cheesy boxing movie, okay? It didn't seem cheesy, or it didn't seem like the budget was low. The presentation of the fights were pretty cool. It seemed like a real fight. The whole HBO pay-per-view theme. You had Jim Lampley. You had Roy Jones doing commentary. You had the Tecate ropes. If you're a boxing fan, it looks very, very familiar to you. Okay? So in that aspect, it was pretty cool. Now, the plot of the movie was good. It was very dramatic, like I said. You're getting sucked into the character and the life of Billy Hope, who was on top of the world, and then the tragedy happened and everything just crumbled every single day. I want to say about 90% of this film is all about drama. 90% of it. All right? There's a boxing aspect to it, but it's overshadowed by the dramatic story, all right? Where I was sucked into the character, which is a good thing, because you know you want to be in the film. You want to feel something. You want your emotions to get into it, and you want to really care about the person in the film, the character in the film. I think that's what makes a good movie, and it worked. But the whole film seemed like it took me away from boxing. Like, you know, I totally forgot that this was a boxing film because of the pacing of the movie. You get so caught up in this guy, and you just want him to get it together. You want him to bounce back, you know. You want everything to just come back into place like the way things were when the film first started. And there's a big fight at the end, okay? There's the final fight, the revenge fight. And I felt at that point I didn't care for it because I cared mainly about the main character in the film, Billy Hope. The fight, there was no build-up for the big fight. That's what I'm pretty much saying. There was none. It just kind of came and it just jumped. You know, it's like, let's make room for this big fight, okay? And that's the only problem I have with the film. Even though it's a great film, the boxing aspect, it just was missing to me. Like, it just wasn't the main focus of the film, in my opinion, okay? I enjoyed the fight. You know, it was pretty cool watching it. But not to compare it to Rocky, but it is kind of similar in some aspects. In one film, you know, Rocky had 6 films. This film here is similar to how, you know, something happens, tragedy happens, like Apollo getting killed. You know, Rocky wants his revenge. The build-up to fight Drago was crazy. You couldn't wait for the fight to happen, okay? Because the music that they were playing, the training, everything that led up to that big fight, it made you couldn't wait for the fight to happen. Whereas this film, you kind of want, like, you just want the guy to get it together. You know, I'm actually literally watching the movie, and I'm pissed off the whole movie because of the decisions he was making and everything that was happening around him. And you know, watching like, God, this guy can't just get a good. He can't get a break. You know, the movie really draws you into the film about this one character, but and at the same time, it's like, okay, it is a boxing film, you know, and the boxing fight was good. The final fight was long. I'm not gonna say who won or whatever like that because honestly, I really didn't know. That was one thing I really didn't know which way they were to go with this whole thing, especially how boxing is today. You know, a lot of people complain of robberies. You got the promoter and all that. All that stuff took place, but uh, it was a very good film. Okay, I'm not gonna speak too long because I don't want to talk too much into the film. I think it's worth checking out. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's an absolute must-see, but it is a very good film. Nobody's going to leave the film thinking that it sucked. It was a good film. It was a very good film. It was nothing cheesy about it. I think if I were to give it a grade, I would give it 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is pretty good in my opinion. 5 stars, I would consider 5 stars to a film that's like movie of the year. Okay, and I think 3.5 is pretty fair. Would I go and pay and watch it again? No, I wouldn't really do that. But what I would do is probably collect it. I'll probably pick it up on Blu-ray when it finally comes out on DVD. Okay, it was a good film. Not to get into Creed because we know Creed is coming out. Creed trailer came out a few weeks ago. I thought the Creed trailer was amazing. I actually liked it a lot better than Southpaw because for the same reason why I disliked Southpaw, I feel like Creed was more into the boxing and it looked more into, I don't know, it seemed like the story, we knew what was going to happen in Southpaw because we seen it in the trailer. We know the tragedy already. We already see it in the trailer. They showed too much in the trailer, whereas Creed, it left me like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, where is this movie going to go, you know? Maybe I'm being biased because I'm a huge Rocky fan, but I love the Creed trailer more than the Southpaw trailer. And we actually had a debate about that on Twitter like last week or a couple weeks ago. Well, anyway, go check it out. It's a good film. Okay, it's definitely a good film. Bring your girl. Or, if your girl, bring your significant other. It's a good film to go and watch with someone. And check me out on the next video, man. Leave comments and make sure you guys subscribe.